WE to the rescue.
Second here. Night, baseball fans. I get two very special guests with me. I got Mr. Ken from the Yankees and Ugly Truth, and Mr. Jonathan, the handsome Jonathan, here to join me tonight. We're going to recap what happened this week, right? Deadlines that happened, non-tender, Rule 5 protection, the whole works, and we'll see where everybody's at. Why are we doing this? Because now we have a better idea of where the other teams' roster stand. Where every other team's 40 man. There were some surprising non-tenders this week, and we want to ask you guys and gals if you think any of these folks would be options for the Yankees. So, bring your questions, and we'll be happy to answer them. Jonathan and Ken, I want to thank you guys for coming on. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Good.
Another ducky day in paradise.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I had a nice morning. I was at a family event that was very nice.
Good.
Saw a lot of people I haven't seen in years.
Like a little family reunion almost.
Yes.
Fantastic. That is fantastic. How's the weather over there?
In New York, it was fine. Sunny.
Yeah. How about you, Ken?
Cold.
It was actually a warm day. Sort of wish the heat wasn't on.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So, what happened this week, guys? Right? Some guys were protected from the Rule 5 draft. The Yankees added 3, but they left a bunch of guys unprotected, right? With Spencer Jones, Chase Hampton, and Emil Rodriguez, right? It's no longer Rodriguez Cruz. It's Rodriguez now. They simplified his last name.
Rodriguez.
I don't know why he did it, but they did it. So that's cool.
Maybe to make it simpler for us Americans.
Could be exactly. So it'll fit on the baseball card. So it's not like here in 2 lines and everything. So
actually, the back of his jersey.
It was back of his jersey too. Exactly. Where's the rest of your last name? It's on the side. It's on the front. Sorry, I couldn't fit anywhere else.
Although as a Yankee, that's not really an impact thing since he just gets a number. But for any other team, sure.
Yeah. And then what happened yesterday? Right? So we have a bunch of guys get tendered, a bunch of relievers get non-tendered, right? Five pitchers are non-tendered. So they're showing that they're going to be active in adding bullpen pieces, right? And there's a lot of. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Mike Arias was one surprise. I mean, they never called him up once last year.
No.
So I really can't have an opinion of him because I never saw him.
Yeah, I mean, all I know is he had a big arm, but they have a bunch of big arms.
I know one thing I know about Arias is that he was hurt the majority of last year, and I think the reason why they dropped him is because they have other options instead of a guy who they have basically unknown because he's coming back from injury. He could be a Garrett Whitlock or it could be a scrub.
Yeah, I mean, we need reliability in the bullpen, right? So, that's something we did not have a lot of this past year. We didn't have a lot of reliability in rotation either, which forced the bullpen to kind of be unreliable.
Yeah.
So,
that I think the lack of the injuries to Cole and to Hill forced the bullpen to be overused throughout the year.
Yeah. Thankfully they added Yarbrough, man. Thankfully he's back too because he's a nice little security blanket in long relief.
This year they're going to have Cole coming back in May, hopefully.
Yeah.
And they'll have almost a full season of Hill.
Yeah, and if people are wondering why we're looking for pitchers, it's for these particular reasons. And one of the things I've said too, and I want to know what your thoughts are too, Ken. Will Warren, Cam Schlittler, and Max Fried are coming off career highs in innings pitched, career highs in workloads. So they're going to be vulnerable to injuries next year. So they've got to be smart with them and how they handle them in the beginning of the season, which is another reason why I think adding a reliable pitcher would be a good idea.
Oh.
Ken, what do you think about that? Especially Ken. Ken has some pitching experience, man. He pitched.
Well, innings are additive, and you wear your arm out. And I mean, we saw the exact same thing happen with Nestor Cortez. He went through a career high and then was broke the entire next season. Actually, the next 2 seasons, and he was never the return to the pitcher that he was.
He was never
22.
Yep. What's generally the rule of thumb? No more than 40 innings per to add in the season?
Atypically, you're talking 30 is ideal. 40 is pushing it. Anything over is way over red line. And the Red Sox did that with Garrett Crochet this year.
Yep.
So I would not be surprised to see him hurt next year at all.
And Crochet has already had Tommy John.
Yeah.
That was the one reason. That was the one reason why the Yankees left him off the 40-man roster. And I thought he was a better pitcher than the guy they traded, which turned out I was right. They kept. I forget his name now. They were deciding in that year. They were deciding between 2 players, Whitlock and the player that turned out to be.
Yeah. I don't remember who it is.
I remember his name started with a B, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know, one thing, I was looking at this non-tender list over the last day and a half or so, and one name caught my eye. And it's not because he's a great player. It's just because he shot his mouth off about the Yankees. And it's Alek Manoah, the former Blue Jay pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember he said that if there were no other teams left in Major League Baseball and the Yankees offered him a contract, he would retire.
Yeah.
I would like to just offer him a contract to see if to play on a minor league deal and see if he's freaking really going to follow through.
Are you going to turn down $700 million?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, did Manoah sign with somewhere? Did he?
He was DFA'd from the Braves.
Braves. Oh, so he's a free agent again?
Oh yeah, he's a free agent.
Yeah, might as well offer minor league deal. See if he puts his money where his mouth is. No. And just to answer your question too, CW, if we get Tucker, Grisham is not moving to left field. Tucker is not a center fielder. And he's not going to take right field either. He's not going to move Judge from right. If Tucker comes here, he's going to go left field.
You know what I think that's going to happen? If Spencer Jones can prove he can play in the major leagues, I could see Grisham traded in July.
You could see that too. Maybe by the deadline. I agree. If Jones proves himself, because he is a prototypical center fielder.
Yeah.
So, and he's proven at center field. No,
Judge will not play center field.
Nobody's taking right field from Judge. Nobody.
No, Judge is. They did that 1 year for Soto. They won't do that again.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Tucker.
He profiles
more often. If Tucker comes to the Yankees, I honestly don't think. I would rather get Okamoto and the Imai.
Yeah, me too.
I think that does 2 things. It saves you from giving up the picks and the international money, and it gives you some Japanese talent.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees desperately need Japanese talent on this team.
Yes, they do. They've got to reestablish that pipeline again. Most definitely. And there's quite a few guys that can come in and give value to the Yankees.
Yeah, Donovan would be a nice piece also.
If you can do Okamoto, Imai, and Donovan, that would be an A+ offseason. So I would love that.
I think I have a feeling Jason Dominguez is going to get traded. That's just my hunch. I've had that hunch ever since the end of the season.
I know he's being shocked. That I know. from somebody that works for the Yankees. He is being shopped. He was shopped at the deadline last year. He was offered at the deadline.
Do you think he could be part of a Donovan trade?
I doubt it. I think pitching is going to go on that trade.
The thing that the Cardinals are on need of is bullpen help and starting rotation help.
Yeah.
They've got nothing to be found in the minor league system that's close to being major league ready.
Well, the Yankees have Harrison Cohen. They have Brock Selvich. They have a lot of pitching talent. They have Alan Facedo, Henry Lalane. I think you can package some of those guys in a Donovan trade, especially Lalane.
Well, those guys, yeah. Those guys, yeah. I mean, I think either one of Hill or Will Warren's going to have to go in that trade.
Maybe Will Warren as well.
One of those guys is going to have to go. And you might have to add Oswaldo Cabrera in that trade.
Maybe. But I think if you package all those players, you're going to have something in addition to Donovan.
Yeah, I agree. So
it's not just going to be Donovan. It could be Donovan plus another player or a draft pick.
Mm-hmm. I like Seager, but he's not. We don't need Seager now.
And that is one thing I would love in the new CBA is the ability to trade any draft pick.
I don't care. I don't care about that at all.
I know it's not popular with a lot of fans like you, but I think it gives more incentive for teams that are bad to trade, teams to make trades. I think it gives more incentive for trade in, because if you have a top, I don't know, let's say if you have a top 10 pick and you want to trade for a guy like Paul Skeens, and you have a group of talent, and maybe you can save one of the talented player and instead put a pick there.
Okay, now here's my response to you. If you look at professional basketball, the draft, or the NFL, the draft, those people are going straight into the league that year when they get drafted. In the major leagues, if we draft somebody, you'll be lucky to see them in 3 years at a minimum. Yeah. More likely closer to 5. So that's a draft. A higher draft pick is non-impact for today's game.
Mm-hmm.
But over recent years, especially in the last 5 years, more and more top choice, number one draft picks have been going to the major league. So that tells me the teams have done better in terms of drafting than they did in previous seasons.
Well, they're pushing them earlier, certainly, because they want to get the bonus draft picks if they're selected in one of 4 categories.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that to see if that's maybe a possibility of making a trade deadline more interesting.
Well, I mean, certainly you could add that as an incentive, but if you're looking for immediate impact from that draft pick, it's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize for my neighbor making all the noise.
Oh, it's fine, man. I don't even hear anything. I understand need a new shortstop, but we don't need a $30 million a year shortstop. Okay.
Hell, we don't need a $21.5 million shortstop.
No.
Look, it would not surprise me if next year in the middle of the season they call up Lombard.
Yeah, if he's ready, why not?
Look, what happens? What happens if Lombard comes into spring training, bats .370 with solid to top rate to Gold Glove type defense and wins the job out of spring training?
Then it is what it is, right?
So I think.
But Lombard Jr. is a AA baseball player right now.
Yeah,
he hasn't taken one swing at the AAA level, and he hasn't hit worth a damn at AA.
Well,
his fielding is proficient, and if you want a non-hitting shortstop that can play decent defense, bring him up. You got Anthony Volpe to do exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying it's a possibility. In all honesty, I'm guessing Lombard starts the season in AAA, and you'll see him later in the year.
And I also, if I can add something, I don't think they traded for Caballero to have him sit for
No.
all year for somebody, right?
Caballero,
If you are truly interested in a shortstop, you might venture into the free agent market on a short-term deal on somebody like Hae-Sung Kim, who is a free agent.
Yeah. And somebody asked me about Samsung Moon. I profiled him about a week ago. Korean player. He's a good-looking contact hitter. Hits from the lefty side. He could be maybe like a, I don't know if he's a bench piece. He could be a utility type player. But I think he's supposed to get posted. So, they are looking at him. That I know. They are looking
look,
at him.
I'm not against bringing in outside talent, especially contact bats, because contact bats is the one thing this lineup needs more than anything else. I don't need another Joey Gallo. I don't care if you hit 50 home runs. If you bat 220, I rather have someone hitting 300 with 10 home runs.
Yeah. Well, speaking of this outside help thing, of any of the guys that got non-tendered yesterday, do you think any of them from other teams would be options for the Yankees? Both of you guys.
I have to look at that list again.
Well,
I think Jonah Heim could be an option, catcher.
Yeah, the catcher, I think Jonah Heim.
John King.
I think Jonah Heim could be a good choice.
Why you can?
well, I mean, there are some interesting guys out there. Heim certainly is one of them.
And keep in mind, folks, too, Heim, they non-tendered him. He was going to make $6 million. Adolis Garcia was going to make 12. Obviously, if they re-sign with somebody that's going to be less than that, but how much less, I don't know.
The Giants had Andrew Kinsner that they non-tendered yesterday, another catcher. Reese McGuire from the Cubs was another catcher that was non-tendered. And Sebastian Rivero from the Angels. So there's some right-handed hitting options there to look at as far as non-tenders and would be cheap contracts. And basically, you're looking for a right-handed backup catcher. I mean, you run into the realm of signing a JT Realmuto. He's looking for a $7 million deal. If you look at a trade for Adley Rutschman, he's already on a $6 million deal for several years. So you're not going to spend that kind of cash for a backup catcher.
Yeah. And again,
if it was me, I would try to sign one of the catchers who I think would have the best defense at bats righty. I would just do that. Say who has the best potential with defense from the right-handed side, and if we're lucky to that him batting 230 as a backup, I'll take it.
Again, even if he's hits one side better than the other side, and Austin Wells at the other side better, like any way that he can give Austin Wells a break.
Yeah.
Well, from the free agent market, the one that I would have wanted to pull was James McCann, but he just got signed to an extension with the Diamondbacks yesterday.
Yeah.
The other one that I'd consider looking at is probably Danny Jansen.
Jansen, yeah, we mentioned him the other day too.
Yeah, Jansen.
JT Realmuto to me only makes sense if they trade Austin Wells, which I
don't think they will.
I don't think they're going to trade Wells. Right.
Well, if they traded Wells, I would pack his crap up in my vehicle and I would drive him to his new location free of charge.
I think if they wanted to trade Wells, they should have done it at the deadline and kept the Flores.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing I would have done at the deadline. Now that I think of it, I would have kept Flores. And
who did you trade Flores for?
Edna.
I mean, then in the building. Yeah.
So we traded Flores for our closer.
I know, but I'm talking about catchers.
Well, I'm talking about our closer.
Yeah.
you move these people to get actual assets to help the team.
Well, that
And
is one trade that turned out well.
Are there any relievers that you guys would consider trading for?
Oh yeah, there's a boatload of them actually.
Jeremiah Estrada from the Padres is one. We talked about him, Ken, right?
Yep.
I would move
Justin Steiner from the A's is one that I would be seriously interested in. And if you look at the A's needs, they need a everyday second baseman / third baseman, one of those two positions. We could move a player like Oswaldo Cabrera in that move, a 1-for-1 swap.
You think it would be enough to get him?
I do. You're talking multiple years of control for both players. The A's don't have that much invested in Steiner at this point. He's going into his second year of pre-arb. Mm-hmm. He's not a perfect bullpen arm, but if you were to pull his baseball savant, what you're going to see is a pitcher who throws between a 93 and 95 mile an hour fastball. His fastball has a lot of run on it, movement. His breaking pitches have a lot of movement. His team batting average against him is a 205. He pitched 65 innings this year, 70 strikeouts, a whip of 1.05.
In the chat, there's a lot of people wanting to keep Narvaez, and I will say Narvaez, we got ERC for him, and I would prefer ERC.
Yeah. And to Nate's point here, too, because we hear this a lot, wasting Judge's prime, right? Are the Phillies wasting Bryce Harper's prime or Kyle Schwarber's prime? You haven't won dick with either one of them.
I think that that's not the right way to think of it. You're not wasting their prime. You're trying to win in different ways.
Well, and again, keep in mind, too, we talked about this, too. I mean, the Yankees peck in the bottom of the draft every round, right? So they have to spend. They have to spend. They also pick on the bottom of the Rule 5.
The bottom of the draft means that we're picking in the first round. We drop 10 picks below that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're picking below Buffalo.
That's another rule that I don't like.
Well, keep in mind,
spots because you're spending on your team.
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind too, when anybody goes through waivers, it's the same order as the draft. It has to pass all the other teams through waivers to get to the Yankees to make a claim. They pick in the same order they pick in the draft on the bottom. So
and there has only been one one Rule 5 guy that made it in the Hall of Fame. You know who that was?
Waiver player?
One Rule 5 waiver player to make it to the Hall of Fame. You know who that was?
No. I've heard it, but I don't remember.
It was Roberto Clemente.
Oh, damn. I didn't realize Rule 5 was back in the day.
It was something similar to Rule 5, but I don't think they called it Rule 5. But he got chosen from the Padres to the Pirates in the same. As I said, I don't know if they called it Rule 5, but it's the same situation.
Jonathan, mute your mic for a second. Testing 1, 2, 3.
You guys still hearing an echo?
Yeah, I'm hearing it too. And I think it's on Jonathan's half because I shut my mic out while you were talking and there wasn't an echo.
Let me see.
Do you hear an echo?
I don't.
Not now.
I don't.
I'm going to mute my mic and you guys talk.
So
go ahead.
So what do you think is the best thing going forward? Do you think they make trades?
I think that we've got 3 bullpen slots that we have to fill. Some of those are going to be via the trade, because if you look at the core of what we have for free agents in the bullpen world, there's not really a hell of a lot of quality players once you get past the top tier closers. I mean, one of them that would interest me in the free agency market is Kyle Finnegan.
Finnegan, yeah.
He is not.
Jason has been talking about Finnegan for 2 years.
Finnegan is one that I would be interested in because he's not tied to a QO.
Yes.
He has got a high velocity pitcher. He's not the back end of the rotation type guy, but he would have a spot on the Yankees. Another
Yeah.
one that I would be interested in off of the free agent log, who is a dual-hatted player, is Steven Matz.
Stephen Matz. Are you at all interested in the rumors of bringing Williams back?
Bringing who?
Devin Williams
Yeah,
back?
well, that clickbait the other day that they were finalizing a deal for 3 years and $45 million was clickbait, folks. It was not
But,
true.
but are you at all interested in bringing him back, regardless of what the contract is?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. He got paid last year on his contract $11 million. I'm not giving him a pay raise for the performance that he got. If he's willing to come back for less pay in a actual role, then sure, why not?
Like a 3-year, $30 million, 3-year, $28 million, something like that.
Well, we kind of know what the relief pitching prices are going to cost now, right? Racel Iglesias signed for $16 million for 1 year with the Braves, so we kind of have a basic.
So the Williams will get a pay raise regardless.
He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid. A lot of these relievers are gonna get paid.
Maybe a 3-year, 36 to 40 million.
It would probably cost that, and I would bring him in like an NFE said too, to a non-closer role. I like David Bednar. He's got the temperament here to be a closer, and this could be also a big rebound year. Devin Williams could be a big rebound year candidate too. So
I don't buy it, not one bit. Brandon. I'm just reading Brandon's comment.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back either, and certainly not going to pay him more money to do so.
I don't think Tucker's getting less than $500 million.
He's gonna get paid.
I don't give a damn about Tucker either, actually, if you must know the truth. He is the flavor of the month this year that everybody is fixated on.
Yeah, and the flavor of the week is Corey Seager.
Well,
that's why I said month.
Yeah. And Corey
Seager was a player to get when he was a free agent, not now.
But keep in mind, he's still missing 40, 50 games a year in his prime.
Actually, he hasn't been worth any of his contract. So we're going to buy the back end of his declining years? Forget it.
And people are upset about Stanton's contract, right? He misses too many games, and it's a big contract. It's the same thing with Corey Seager.
Well, one thing to remember, Stanton will be cheaper in the next 3 years. And realistically, we only have him for 2 more years because the third year is an opt-out.
Yep.
Well, Stanton is actually costing the Yankees this coming year $12 million out of his 22.
No, it's 15, I believe.
No, it's 20. His contract is $22 million.
22 million. I thought it was more.
Nope, because the last 3 years, those are the lowest that it goes.
Yeah, but you know what? The Marlins are paying
$10 million
of it in the next 2 years, so I'll take that. So, and again, Seager. Yeah, I mean, look, Seager. If you put him head to head against Volpe, he's a better hitter. No denying that. But $31 million a year, it's insanity.
Hell, we could stack 15 other major league shortstops against Volpe, and they're all better hitters.
Yeah, and if I had to choose between Seager and Imai, there is no way in the world I'm picking Seager. No way in the world.
And what about a pitcher like Zach Gallen?
Not over Imai. At least to me. My first pick is Imai.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
I'm telling you, if Imai is not the guy that we get, my fallback is Lucas Giolito right off the bat.
Giolito, yeah.
Yeah, Giolito would be nice. The Yankees wanted him from Washington for, I think they almost traded him for, was it Andrew Miller?
Yeah, Miller.
The only reason why that Miller didn't get traded to Washington is that Washington didn't add Giolito to the deal.
Yeah. And again,
hell, we got Clint Frazier for Miller.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we got the Red Thunder who hit his head and never was able to play again.
Yeah.
Incredible bat speed. Incredible bat speed. Fastest bat in Major League Baseball.
It was
If
legendary.
you actually,
They said legendary
it's
bat
incredible.
speed. Legendary.
It's incredible. It's incredible bat speed if you actually make contact with the ball, which Clinton didn't seem to be able to do.
Frazier, even when he was playing, he never hit it around. He was only around a 265 hitter.
Hayden, your question with regard to Ryan Helsley. I tell you what, I am very cautious with him. He pitched for the Mets and was absolutely horrible. So my thoughts are that he might not have the ability to stand up under the media in New York.
Yeah, he gave Grisham $22 million.
He made. First of all, Cashman didn't give Grisham. He offered the qualifying offer and he accepted it.
There's no other center fielder.
There's one thing to remember out of Grisham. Whenever we talk about Grisham, it is 1 year. Grisham is not Hicks, is not Ellsbury. We don't have to deal with him after this year for that amount of money.
And $22 million, based on his performance last year, is a bargain.
Here's your list of center field free agents right now as we speak. Cody Bellinger, Harrison Bader, Cedric Mullins, Leody Taveras, Michael A. Taylor, Garrett Hampson, and Manuel Margot.
None of those guys I'm picking over Grisham in center field. Not one.
Not me.
And I think Grisham probably would have gotten somewhere between $55 and $75 million on the open market.
I don't have an issue with Grisham coming back. No. He's a quality player. He has a nice, short, compact swing. And I think you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg with last year's performance when he actually was an everyday starter.
I don't think Grisham blocks Jones.
No.
So, Jones could take left field. I mean, if he wins it outright in spring training, he wins it outright, or if he's a fourth outfielder. In fact, the matter is, I would rather have Jones than Dominguez. He's a much better outfielder than Dominguez.
Jones is why I think Dominguez will eventually get traded.
Yeah, he's better than Dominguez. Period. People don't like to say it. He's better than him.
I think if next year's outfield is Jones, Jones, Grisham, and Judge, I think that's an elite outfield.
Yep.
I think it has the potential to be an elite outfield because I don't know what Jones brings to the major leagues.
Yep.
Especially as a left fielder. I don't think that he will have the problems adapting that Dominguez has.
Can you show me where House said going payroll before 300? Not where Joel Sherman said that. Can you show me where House said it? Please link it on here if you find it.
Jones should play center field. That's it. If that's his position that he's most comfortable with, I would keep him in center field. Put Grisham in left, Judge in right, and you're set for the year.
But also, Mary Ellen, if left field gets Jones on the major league team this year, I'll take him in left field for the year and then move him to center afterward. Yeah, he's elite in center field, Chocolate. He's elite in center field.
And I think also Jones is very fast. Didn't he steal 30 or 40 bases in 1 year?
Yeah. He's a 30-30 guy.
He could be a 30-30 guy next year.
Yeah. I would let him just develop, right? Work on some things.
Work with Judge. I would have him work with Judge in California in the offseason.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Judge can teach him how to be they're both tall hitters in the major leagues. I think Judge is a perfect mentor for Jones.
Yeah. Well, Mary Ellen, you're right. We haven't had a typical leadoff hitter. That's why we've been going after Brendan Donovan, because he could be a perfect leadoff hitter for the Yankees.
Well, the Yankees haven't had a good one since Gardner.
Hal will speak to the media on Monday. I probably will go live Monday night just to recap what he said, because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be pissed off already, because they're pissed off days in advance. They're
mad now.
They're already
pissed off because he's going Zoom. Does anybody know the name of the Dodgers owner?
Magic Johnson.
Majority owner. He's a minority owner, but he is a minority owner.
I don't know. I've seen his face. I don't know his name.
Nobody does. Right?
I've looked it up.
Have any of those Dodgers owners spoken
Nope.
live to the media?
Mark Walter.
He's from the Guggenheim Group, right?
Yeah.
Like $6 billion.
He assembled the Guggenheim Group. He purchased the team in 2012. That's the majority owner of the Dodgers.
Yeah. Now he's purchasing the Lakers too.
Yes.
And they're also a $400 billion hedge fund. But when's the last time we heard Mark Walter speak?
No,
Actually,
we never did. The only time I heard him speak is when he was holding up the World Series trophy.
That's it.
It's a $440 billion hedge fund.
Yeah, it's a monster. It's like Goldman Sachs owning the Dodgers. Like, that's what it is.
Well, 3% of a baseball team is still a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. John, I do think Henry will be aggressive. I think he's going to be strategic. But yeah, and what's your definition of aggressive? That doesn't mean go out and sign all the expensive players, right? No. Let's just keep in mind, like, what's so many folks have a different definition of aggressive.
Well, next year also Cashman's contract is up.
Yes, it is.
Honestly, if you look at it right now, right off the top, we have 3 actual bullpen positions that we have to fill.
That's right. A monster, and if he's a monster, go and Zoom.
Yeah. We have a starting rotation slot to fill. We have 1 outfield slot to fill. So that's 6 players right off the bat that you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of those guys will be a Japanese player.
Well, I don't give a damn who it is. Everyone is talking that they want Imai and Okamoto, which is fine. They're both fine players. The issue that I have is between Bellinger, Okamoto, and Imai. They're all represented by Scott Boras, and he is a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just the way things are.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think it's possible that ERC could win the job out of spring training and be in the starting rotation on opening day?
Honestly, it's a possibility. How effective it'll be, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it, but I would still go after Imai. Try.
The reason why I ask is because we don't assume, nobody here assumes that Cole will be in the rotation to begin the season.
No, we know he won't be.
So that's one spot, one open rotation spot.
Mm-hmm. And Rodon's.
Why would you think, Hayden? Why would you think that Don Mattingly would be a good general manager?
I wouldn't think. I don't think he would even accept that job. Mattingly, I wouldn't mind him being the manager. And I would love him to be part of the Yankees in some way, but I'm not sure if a general manager is. If I was the Yankees, I would call Don Mattingly now and invite him to spring training to work with my young players.
CWE, why would you make a statement if MI goes to the Dodgers, forfeit the season?
We don't throw in the white towel here. We're not fair weather fans.
And but I mean, God's honest truth. The word out of Mi's camp is he doesn't want to go to a place where there's another Japanese player at.
And his team confirmed that. He doesn't want to play. And we've said it on this channel multiple times. He doesn't want to go to a team with that already has Japanese superstars.
So going to the Dodgers is probably not an option for MI. But if he was to go, where would they put him?
They don't have room.
Yeah.
You can't just buy players and put them on the shelf and break glass when you need them.
Yeah. But we know, like Cole and Rodon are most likely both not going to start the season on time.
Yeah. I think that's why we should get MI.
Yeah, having a reliable arm will help. And MI makes it gives them room to trade Hill or Warren.
Yeah.
For a bat.
If you get MI, you could trade Warren, and Warren could get you something of value.
Warren can get you Donovan.
Warren's
and a couple of the guys can get you Donovan. That to me is a good get for the Yankees.
Maybe Quan as well.
Well, I mean, people sit back and they say that Cashman isn't imaginative. He's not a very good general manager. Well, I can tell you a fact of life. You don't hold on to your job for 29 years if you suck.
Mm-hmm.
If you suck, they're going to fire you. So obviously he's doing something right. And the thing with Cashman, you talk about making a splash or trade. Well, Cashman does it in his own way. It just takes a long time. He worked 2 years on Juan Soto before that trade actually happened. He's been doing the same thing with Donovan. I believe that he is going to be a Yankee before it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
And with regard to Quan blocking Jones, I don't believe so because Quan is only in a contract for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think they're going to do whatever they can do to get Jones on this major league roster, especially if he hits well in the spring. They're going to figure out a way to get him on here.
Yeah, if Jones has a type of spring, let's say he bats .320 with 7 home runs, plays solid defense, you have to put him on the opening day roster.
Mm-hmm.
Cashman hasn't won without Jeter. Didn't even build the core 4.
No.
Guess what? Neither did George Steinbrenner. He was banned from baseball.
That was Gene Michael.
Gene Michaels.
Gene Michael. And guess
Bob
what?
Watson.
Brian Sabian helped him. He was part of the building of the core 4 too. He's with the Yankees now, Brian Sabian. McMahon, thanks so much, man, for the generosity, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you. 200 hitters on the team? I don't know about that. The Yankees were like 3rd in overall base in Major League Baseball in batting average.
Judge has a lot to do with that.
Judge does have a lot to do with it. He's won a batting title. This is true.
I mean, honestly, if you look at the Yankees in 2024, we had three hitters that was hitting in the 800s for OPS.
Yep.
This last year,
and the two guys,
7.
Yeah, and the 2 guys at the top were miles ahead of everybody else. Soto and Judge were miles ahead of everybody else. This year, we kind of had it more evenly spread across the board. And that's one reason why the Yankees led in almost every offensive category as a team. Right? We broke down the stats on screen. They led in pretty much everything. So, with the exception of batting average, Toronto Blue Jays led in batting average.
Last year was the batting. The only problem was in the playoffs. The battings, with the exception of Judge, the bats were quiet.
Well, you know what's crazy? They averaged the same amount of runs per game in the postseason than the Dodgers did. 4. Right? Some guys are hot, some guys are cold. The same thing applied to the Dodgers, too, right? Some guys are hot, some guys are cold. But guess where the Dodgers were better?
Pitching.
Yeah. This is why we keep talking about pitching. Right? See, how many pitching problems does Seager solve?
No.
How many
I think last year it was a mistake to leave off. I mentioned to you, what's that guy's name? We left him off the playoff roster, and Yarbrough.
Yeah.
It was a big mistake to leave off Yarbrough, and I said that immediately. I told you that immediately after I saw the lineup.
And they could have used him.
How could they get rid of Yarbrough against the Blue Jays?
He was
4-0 against them.
Yeah. And our starters, what'd they do? They barely went 4 innings, right? So
3. We had 3 games that they didn't make out of the 3rd inning.
yeah,
And I still, to this day, I still cannot understand why Yarborough was not on the playoff roster again.
I don't either. It doesn't make any sense to me. 0 sense in the world. I hope they don't. Well, stats for I don't think we know who bats leadoff yet. I think the leadoff hitter right now is most likely not on the team yet. Grisham will get some at bats.
Of the players that are on the team right now, I would say it's Grisham, but I don't think the team is finished, and it shouldn't be finished.
Yeah, they still have issues. Hitter runs and scoring percent. Yeah, that's why we need contact hitters, right? More contact hitters, because
the Yankees struck out, and the big problem is the Yankees struck out too much. They didn't walk. They didn't work the batter. I would love a Yankee team that works the pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how they used to get rid of Pedro Martinez?
Mm-hmm.
They had him pitching 100 pitches in the 6th inning.
Yeah, or even in the 5th.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
A team like today needs to remember how to work the pitcher, make the pitcher pitch 20, 25 pitches per inning.
Yep. And keep in mind, guys, I mean, I've simplified this recently, so I've said it probably a dozen times, but contact hitters, what do? They get ahead in the counts, right? If they're in the head in the count, who's behind the count?
The pitcher.
Do the Yankees get Skubal? No.
I doubt it.
I don't think so. I don't expect Skubal, and I don't expect Skeens.
Skeens is not going anywhere this year.
I know that, but that's exactly where I put him in the same category as Skubal. They're both not getting moved.
And it might makes more sense than this. I like Skubal, but it might makes more sense for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Than Skubal.
And he didn't cost them anything but money.
Yes. He would be a good fit here, right? And that's the key. Good fit. Like Dunham would be a great fit here.
You need to have the buyer beware tag on Amai if he comes to the States.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese starters that have come here, the last 5, 6, 7 of them have been hurt within their first 2 seasons.
And what would help that, Ken? Long relief.
Something that we could do is put them in the bullpen to start with, as opposed to on the bump pitching twice a week on the long haul.
Yeah.
Because the ball is not the same weight, and they're not used to that workload.
Yeah.
Even Tanaka, one of our great Japanese pitchers that we had, he had a torn labrum his first season.
Mm-hmm.
And they started working extra days off and gave him more time.
This is why long relief is so important. Even if you want to keep Amaya every 5 days or whatever, Matt, cap him at 4 innings. Treat him like a long reliever for the first year. All right? And then you have Yarborough to step in. Or somebody like Blackburn, right? On the other side. A righty, or Nick Martinez, one of these guys that we talked about, that can throw out 4 innings on a regular basis as well. And then that's the difference between going into the 7th inning using 2 pitchers versus using 6 or 7 of them. Right? If a starter has a bad day, you don't need to wipe out the whole bullpen.
Sports fan, I am an anti-Kyle Tucker guy. I do not want Kyle Tucker. I don't want any part of his contract.
It's going to be a pretty onerous contract. It will be.
Yeah,
I think Michael K's. He's probably desperate for clickbait, but he's got 10 years left on his deal, Tatis.
I think Jake Bird will have a better year than he did last year.
I agree.
Bird has added another pitch too, by the way.
Yeah, a nasty cutter. Yeah, and his strikeout rate's almost 50% with it. So, and they'll have a full season. I mean, they sent them down after a week. So
yeah, I think they sent him down after a week because he was already worn out when he got here. Yeah. Something similar to Leiter when we made the trade with the Cubs.
Agreed. 100%. No, and we'll have a full healthy Bird, a full healthy Duvall, right? And then a full year of Bednar, and then anything to add to that's going to be good. Hopefully, I mean, I think Cashman's good at.
Imai's contract is ballparked at 6 years, $130 million. You're talking 22 and change.
Who's that?
Imai.
Yeah, I'd say around that too. I'd say that.
So compared to other pitchers out there, his contract won't be that expensive.
Yeah, he'll cost less than Yamamoto. That's for sure. Definitely will. But again, he to me is a necessary piece for the Yankees.
There's no new news coming out just yet.
There's nothing right now just yet. But
I don't think any big news until December. There's nothing probably for another 2 weeks until the end of the winter meetings. That's when the big news will come.
I think you're going to have a lot of signings up to the winter meeting, but it's going to be teams retaining their own players.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think the winter meeting is when something big will happen. Towards the end.
I will tell you what. One team that does get on their horses is the New York Mets.
Yep.
Well, let's look at their list. Pete Alonso, first baseman, gone. Edwin Diaz, Ryan Helsley, Tyler Rogers, Drew Smith, Gregory Soto, Ryan Stanek. That's their entire bullpen. They're all free agents. They have no bullpen.
Yeah.
Do you think the Mets will go after Bellinger?
Who, the Mets?
Jesse Winkler, Cedric Mullins, Sterling Marte, outfielders, all of them gone. So they have Lindor, a catcher,
and Soto,
and 3 starters. And Bellinger is their number one take. Yeah, I'm not thinking so.
Yeah, they need arms, man. They need, and they said they're going to add arms, so we'll see what happens there. But like in terms of Bellinger, I mean, there's an argument for him, there's an argument against him, an argument I think. Bellinger, I mean, I don't know if 4 years is going to do it, but I understand people are going to be concerned about the back end of his contract, right? Oh, we can't do 6 years for Bellinger, so we have to do 10 for Tucker. That argument itself doesn't make any sense to me, right?
They're only 2 years. They're only 2 years apart. Tucker is 2 years younger.
18 months. 18 months different. Tucker's 18 months younger. So there's an argument for both these guys. I get it. But, like, at the end of the day, do either one of them have pitching problems?
How do you figure that Fernando Tatis World Series if we get him?
No.
Tatis addresses not a single pitching issue that we have, and we have a boatload of them.
And remember, without Tucker, without Tatis, without Seager, we led major leagues in almost every category offensively. Without these guys. So the issue at least in the postseason was the pitching. We have to fortify that, and from a timeline. And let me know if you guys agree with me. I think the Japanese players, guys, will be resolved before Bellinger and Tucker's contracts are resolved.
Probably.
Because of the timeline, they're in this timeline, and they cannot exceed it.
Because they have a deadline. They have a 45-day deadline.
Yeah, and we'll know at that point what's the posting fee going to be, what's the contract going to be, and then can we add him and still bring in Bellinger, or can we shock the world and bring in somebody else big?
Well, I'll tell you another thing. I'm not sure if the Yankees make a big trade like Donovan until they know what's going to happen with the Japanese players.
Mm-hmm.
So everything. Don't expect anything big to happen until the Okamoto and Imai are resolved.
Murakami.
I'm guessing after they're signed with the team, whether it's the Yankees or someone else, then it's going to be off to the races.
Yeah.
And you're going to see free agents coming off the board very quickly.
Sicilian, are you talking about Androlis Garcia?
Yes, that sounds like him.
He's a free agent.
They
don't have to go to the Rangers to get him.
Yeah, they non-tendered him. So he's a free agent. You can sign him for nothing now. Murakami will get posted. Well, he got posted officially 2 weeks before these other guys did. So his window's already 2 weeks open.
If Murakami signed, I think he's probably signing with the Dodgers, but I don't think they need him. I'm not sure what team needs Murakami.
Giants.
The Dodgers are not going to sign Murakami because they
Yeah,
have Freeman at first, and they took the option on Max Muncy. He's got no place to play, and they're certainly not bringing him in to be a DH.
So the Giants probably are the best team for him.
Giants or even the Padres.
I mean, the team that was looking at bringing him on was the Mariners, and they re-signed Naylor, and that completely capped it. And they're looking at bringing Suarez back also.
Suarez, yeah, which would take third base out of the equation for Murakami, so he wouldn't.
But based on what's happened in the last couple of weeks, I would be surprised if Murakami doesn't sign with a major league team.
I think someone will make room for him, but I don't think it's going to be for like $200 million.
No, it's probably going to be less than $100 million.
Yeah, it could be. And if he plays well, then he'll probably be a bargain for somebody. Like I just can't say. I always wanted to go to the Royal. I don't think that's going to happen. Right? I don't think he's going to go to Kansas City or Cincinnati or one of these places like that.
The Padres are an option for Murakami, but they're cash strapped.
They're selling the team, which is one reason why Michael Kay is pushing a Tatis trade, right?
Nobody wants Tatis.
Yeah,
nobody wants Tatis's contract.
Yeah, he's got 10 years left on it. That's a lot. That is a lot. What do I think would be a fair trade to get Donovan? I think either Luis Hill or Will Warren. I would add Oswaldo Cabrera, just because he plays utility like Donovan. And then probably a pitching prospect.
Probably
Brock Selvage or somebody who can throw some innings.
Yeah, I would put Brock Selvage in that trade. Selvage,
Warren, and you're already getting two major league players right out of the gate, two starters, right? Oswaldo and Warren, and then you get a pitching prospect behind that. I think that'd be a fair return.
And if they don't want Oswaldo, I would put Jason Vila.
Daniel Estrada from the Padres is one that we talked about via the trade.
He's the only reliever probably I would give up Dominguez for.
Estrada.
Mm-hmm. He's legit. He's good. Well, him and Mason Miller, but Mason Miller's not available. That's probably
not for what they traded for him to get him.
It's probably one reason they're looking to move Estrada, because they got Mason Miller now.
See, this is an article right now.
Devin Williams is a free agent, Siciliano. You can't trade him.
Here's an article that came out today in Sports Illustrated. Padres predicted to sign Luke Weaver.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he's not gonna break the bank for them. He can replace Suarez.
If you look at the Padres tally list, what they say is they need a real manager and starting pitching.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Out of the rotation, they've lost Dylan Cease, Michael King. Yu Darvish is out for the season, so they're missing three of their frontline starters right off the bat.
Yep.
They've got some assets in the bullpen that they could trade, but AJ Preller, he doesn't have a farm system. He spent the farm on bringing Mason Miller in.
Yep. Detmers is another guy we talked about too, Hayden. He's a guy. Angels need starting pitching, right? I wouldn't hesitate to give up Hill or Warren for him either.
Yep.
Because I have a feeling we're going to have to trade those types of pieces to get – I think we're going to trade for controllable relievers. I'm not sure if we're going to spend $12 million or more to get somebody like Pete Fairbanks. As much as I like it, I have a feeling they're going to spend the money on Imai and bats and then trade for relievers. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. But, I don't work for the Yankees, so they don't pay my ass.
And I agree with you on Fairbanks. I think he doesn't pitch well in colder weather.
That's what folks are saying. He has some kind of condition, and he doesn't pitch well in the cold, even though his stats are really damn good.
Another person that I'd look at is James MacArthur of the Royals. He's a hybrid starter / bullpen arm, and he's got
Pull him up here.
MCARTHUR.
Arthur Royals, right? Yeah, here we go.
Yep.
28 years old, right-handed pitcher. Let's see.
James MacArthur.
Yep.
Trying to look at his contract too.
He didn't pitch last year. He was hurt.
You're right.
I think he's still in arbitration.
He is.
He might be pre-arb, right?
But he's somebody. Royals have needs for corner outfielders.
Yeah, he still has 4 years left of arbitration.
So that's what I'm saying. Controllable years, man. Neto, I would be surprised. RC Cole, I would be surprised. That would cost Dominguez in pieces. Neto.
I mean, and you're looking at for MacArthur, he throws a 95-mile-an-hour sinker, 83-mile-an-hour curveball,
Also
a slider.
Injury though.
Okay.
Okay. Well, looks like he's got a decent arm though. So if I'm the Yankees, I'm gonna probably get as much depth as I possibly can for the bullpen,
Wow.
so we have some cushion.
And I mean, here's one who would cost you, and I think he would be worth the cost from the Brewers, Jacob Mizorowski.
Yeah, he would probably cost a Jason Dominguez plus.
Is he available?
I doubt it.
Possible for trade.
Would I trade Dominguez for Quan? I would drive Dominguez myself to Cleveland. I'll get him a bag full of food. Wawa sandwiches, steak, whatever he wants. I'll drive him.
I would trade Brendan Beck in that deal also.
Who? Brendan Beck?
Brendan Beck.
Yeah.
And designated for the Brewers, their offense, they need an offensive shortstop. They've got a guy who's a pretty good glove guy, but after Joey Ortiz, but after Willie Damas left, they have no productivity there, and they seriously need a backup catcher.
Romuto. I mean, not Romuto. Escar could be helped with backup there.
Yep, Escar could be moved in a deal like that. Plus, they're going to lose Peralta at some given point, whether via the trade or free agency. Close to top tier bullpen arm, or starting guy might cut it.
Yeah.
Do you think Volpe goes in a trade to the Brewers?
To the Brewers?
They need an offensive shortstop. Volpe ain't that guy.
No, I don't think he's going to get traded. He doesn't have any trade value. I think people are going to want to see whether he's healthy or not.
Yeah, Volpe has I don't think Volpe has much trade value at the moment.
He doesn't.
The most for trade value he's ever had so far is before he got called up to the majors.
Mm-hmm. I would say Joe Ryan and Pablo Lopez. One of those guys would probably get traded. One of those starters from the Twins.
Just cut your arm off because they're going to need something below the elbow.
Keep putting them ideas out, man. Mizorowski would be a big, huge get for the Yankees, man. He'd be a huge get. He's
controllable. He is the profile type pitcher that you'd want as a hybrid between a starter and a bullpen guy.
Yep.
Another guy to look at is he doesn't have a lot of track record on him, but I've seen him pitch. Is Andrew Alvarez from the Nationals?
Nationals, right? Yep. Pull him up. Andrew Alvarez. Nationals. Here we go. 26 years old. He's 1-1 with a 2.31 ERA, 20 Ks, 1.11 WHIP. So the WHIP anything WHIP near 1 is good. And he barely has a service time. So he's got 6 years of control. Alvarez.
Yeah, Alvarez looks like someone that he will cost a pretty. He will probably cost a good package. He's not going to be a cheap guy.
Well, you know what they're looking for the Nationals?
What?
Controllable starting pitching and catching.
Send them Mascara and Hill.
Scar and Hill, and probably one more.
Okay.
All right.
Scar Hill
I got a guy that I got control of for 5 years.
Hill and Brock Selvage.
Yeah. Yeah.
A Scar Hill and Brock Selvage.
If that does it, I would do it. And the Reds do have, yeah. I mean, did they DFA Spencer Steer or did they non-tender Spencer Steer?
Let's see. The Reds?
Yeah, I heard. Where's he? His contract, let's see. He's got 3 years of control left, so he'll be a good. He plays multiple positions. He's another guy.
Spencer Steer.
Yeah, he bats righty. Plays for the Reds. Plays multiple positions.
I'm looking for his name on the Reds. I don't see anything. Scott Barlow elected free agency. That's a name that you wanted a while ago.
Mm-hmm. Here he is.
The Reds.
That's him.
Non-tendered Banfield, Munoz, and Spears. They did not non-tender Steer.
So they'd have to trade him. He hit 238 this year, 21 homers, 75 ribbies.
You know, one of the guys that I was sort of piqued my eyes at when I saw him on the non-tender list is the kid that was a first baseman / outfielder for the Rockies, Michael Toglia.
Oh yeah, he got non-tender, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And so did Emily Melendez from the Royals.
Yep.
He converted from being a catcher who used to hit like 40 home runs a year in the minors. Now he's an outfielder.
Toglia is a first baseman.
Toglia.
First baseman and outfielder, both.
Is he bat righty or lefty?
I believe he's a lefty, and he hits a freaking ton.
He's a switch hitter.
Hey gang, so like buttons, by the way. I don't know. I don't know how many likes we have, but I'd love to get over 100 likes. And make sure you subscribe to the Ugly Truth as well, please. Please, want to support our fellow great content creators here. And NFE in the strike zone, if you guys aren't subscribe, please make sure you do that.
We have 64 likes.
64 likes. We got 120 people in here. We can get that 100. We can get that 100, gang. I greatly appreciate it. We definitely want to support our other members of the family. No. Peralta is, I don't know if he's staying now. I have a feeling that Brandon Woodruff accepting the QO has increased the chance that Peralta might get moved now. I could be wrong, but it gives them a little bit of cushion to try to move Peralta and get a good package back. He only has 1 year left, so
I will tell you what, though. Everyone was really on Skubal getting moved, but the Tigers are going to want to be competitive. If you move Skubal in any package, what you have left is Jack Flaherty and Casey Mize.
yeah.
Are they going to take you to the promised land? I don't see it.
No.
Here's my take on it. If Tigers missed the playoff last year, I think Skubal would have been traded. Because they didn't, he's not going to get traded. There's no way Skubal is going to get traded. Not after last season.
Mm-hmm. People want to give up on. Well, he's the only guy, Jeffrey. I'm not saying giving up on him, but we have a better option in Spencer Jones. So in that regard, I'd rather trade him and get a valuable piece back than have him sit here and not develop.
Look, okay, since we're talking on that subject, who would you like in return for Dominguez, or in a package?
If I was going to trade Dominguez,
if you're going to trade Dominguez, who would you like back?
Estrada from the Padres, reliever, or Quan. Only a handful of players. Only a handful of players. Those two guys are the first ones that pop in my head.
Zach Nato.
Nato, I mean, if you can get Nato for Dominguez, if he can lead a package, frontline a package for Nato,
Become a leader on the contact path.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can get Donovan in that package.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get Donovan, I have a feeling we'll be able to get Donovan without using Dominguez. I have a feeling, but I'd rather use Dominguez for, like, if you can get Donovan in one trade and then get a power reliever in another trade with Dominguez, then it might be worth it. That'll make the team better. And then along the way, if they can bring here mine, and all of a sudden, like, whoa, damn, we had a pretty decent offseason here.
I'd be willing to ship Dominguez to the Pirates.
For who?
They've got a couple of starters that I would not, that are not Paul Skeens, that I'd be interested in.
Mitch Keller.
He's possibly one of them.
What's that, like Bubba Chandler?
Chandler is the other. In the deal for Donovan, Chan Bloom has already said that he needs starting pitching, and he needs a lot of it. So,
would you give up Hill and Warren for Donovan?
No, I'd give him. I would give up Hill or Warren, one or the other, and a higher leveraged prospect. I would not give up two starters.
That's fair. That's fair. What about you, Jonathan?
For Donovan, I would give up one of either Will or Warren. Hill or Warren with a prospect or two. Maybe I would give up Harrison Cohen. I would give up Harrison Cohen, Louis Hill, and Jace Avina for Donovan.
If the Yankees signed Imai, I want to ask both of you guys, if they signed Imai, would you be willing to move Hill and Warren in separate trades for pieces?
If we can get good, yes. If we can get good pieces back, yes. At this point, I think the Yankees should think about how to improve their team rather than what's the safest bet. If you have a good trade on the table and it costs you Hill and it costs you Warren with with an outfielder, you should make the deal.
Could you imagine getting Donovan and Estrada back for those guys and some of the prospects?
But I would do it.
I would be pumped if we got Donovan and Jeremiah Estrada.
I don't know if I would do Jones for Donovan, though.
No, they're not looking for outfielders. They're looking for pitching. They're looking for arms, the Cardinals.
Well, the Yankees have plenty of arms. They can trade Razelman. They can trade Cohen. They can trade – if they're trading Hampton – I want something good if I'm trading Hampton.
Yeah, he's a good looking prospect.
Yeah, I think Hampton could be almost as good as Garrett Cole.
Well, how can you assess that? He hasn't pitched 1 second in the injury, and now he has a Tuesday.
Fully healthy. That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong.
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I mean, Yankees. The media and everybody puts a lot of high weight on these players, like Jason Dominguez, for instance. I mean, his call was off the charts. The next Joe DiMaggio,
and then he got hurt, and then he hasn't been good since.
Well, I'll ask everybody in the chat too. Has anybody looked at Dominguez's career stats? Even in the minors?
I'll tell you what, they're not as good as Jones's career stats in the minor league.
I was just going to say that. At no point in time has Dominguez put up superstar stats at any level of the minors or the majors. Any level. You can look at it yourself.
Well, Jones put up superstar numbers for a 3-month period before falling off.
And Jones had back spasms this year, so he missed some time.
Yeah.
Then he went from AA to AAA and still hit 35 home runs.
Before the back spasm, he was hitting around 380.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Jason.
Go ahead.
the Rockies basically need everybody. Would you be willing to move Jason Dominguez to Colorado for Ezekiel Tovar?
Ezekiel, let me pull up.
Is it 1-for-1?
Yeah.
So is he a shortstop?
Yeah, he is.
24 years
I-
old.
I would think about that.
I probably would if you can trade Dominguez out of the American League. Yeah, even better. Even better.
I might do that. But again,
He's got a lot of range, decent arm strength. He's a slick fielding shortstop.
but he didn't get on base. He didn't get on base very much.
I also wonder though, is he versatile enough to move over to second?
It's a possibility.
Because if he moves to second after Jazz Chisholm is a free agent and Lombard comes up for short, then that really fortifies it gives our infield a different look.
I mean, you're talking a young player, controllable, lifetime 258 hitter, slug of 429, OPS is 720.
On an awful team.
On a bad team, when he had 500 to 600 at bats in 23 and 24, he had 15 and 26 home runs. Last year, he only had 360 at bats. He had 9 homers.
I would consider that. And for the folks that are talking about Dominguez in the comments too, like, it's not Dominguez's fault that he was tattooed with this superstar label. He didn't do it to himself. B writers did it, content creators, scouts, all these people did it. And they're talking about like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's not his fault. That's an unfair label put on him. But the facts are the facts too. The numbers have not matched the hype. So unfortunately.
And God's honest truth, I don't think that guy can get out from under the shadow here in New York.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
He would definitely be a guy who could benefit from a venue change without a doubt.
Yeah, I think if Dominguez goes to a low market team, he will thrive.
Well, think about it. The ball probably jump off his bat in Colorado. And he'd run fast.
He could, and he's fast. He could be that 30-30 guy in Colorado.
Hit the ball in the gap, hit 40 doubles too. Like, he'd be a good fit in Colorado. If you could get him, look, I mean, thinking about it now, if you can get Tovar for him, then why not? I would do that. At the end of the day, I have a feeling they're going to trade arms for bats and bats for arms. So, but you could trade a bat like that for another bat.
But what if you could package somebody like Halverson in that deal?
Oh shit! I'll drive Dominguez out there. I'll pack a duffel bag full of food.
Yeah, Dominguez is playing winter ball in Dominican.
Yes, he is.
In Dominica. Yeah. The interesting thing that I saw is they gave him a first base glove, and he's playing first base too.
Trying to give him versatility. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because he's a horrible outfit.
Yeah, Daniel, I would try to bring back Rosario too. We've talked about him as well. He's a great clubhouse guy. I loved his energy that he brought. He was always at the top of the dugout to support his teammates. Like, those are the types of guys we need here. High character.
If Dominguez can show you signs of being a first baseman, do you move into first next year?
Nope. What are you going to do with Ben Rice?
Yeah, we got Ben Rice there.
I'm not taking at bats from Rice.
No. If he shows that versatility, it will make it more appealing in the trade.
I mean, God's honest truth. With the guys that we non-tendered yesterday, we saved a little over $7 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is? That's money to re-sign Rosario right there.
And then some. You could probably get a reliever with it along with that.
You got some relievers in. You got at least one reliever in that too.
Mm-hmm. I would.
But I will tell you what. We re-signed Rosario with Caballero. Cabrera instantly becomes expendable.
Yeah, and he's got versatility. He's got value for a trade too. So I like Cabrera.
He's also coming off of injury, so his value is low.
But I like Cabrera. I mean, I like Oswaldo Cabrera. And if he can show that he's healthy, people get traded during spring training too. So
I thought Cabrera was doing very well at third base defensively.
he was doing decent, yeah. He was doing decent, but he has trouble, at the plate too in his batting.
He never. Cabrera has never shown to be a 260 plus hitter.
No, not yet. Brendan Donovan and Jojo Romero, that's a package I would consider too.
Well, maybe that's the package that you trade Cabrera in.
Well, that's what I mean. Like Cabrera could replace Donovan, right? Because he plays infield and outfield. So you have your in-house replacement on the cheap. And Cabrera's got 5 years of control?
Yeah.
Donovan's got 2. So it's a net upgrade for the Cardinals. Anything beyond that's a sweetener. But like Donovan, to me, he's a better fit on this team than a lot of other players. I think he fits exactly what the Yankees don't have and what they need. And I really hope he gets an opportunity. And I hope he proves me right. So otherwise, I'm going to get chewed out by a lot of people.
Where do I see the next move?
The next move is the Red Sox release Yasmani Grandal.
Yes, is he with the Red Sox?
He's talking about Yankee moves.
That just popped up.
Yasmani Grandal, huh?
Yeah,
Next year,
he's a catcher. He's a catcher.
He is a catcher. I could see Rosario re-signing. I could see it Escara trade.
Why would you sign Rosario over Cabrera? Because Rosario is faster, hits left-handed pitching extremely well, and has positional versatility.
Yep. Winter meetings start December 7th or December 8th. It's one of those days, Daniel.
It's the 7th.
7th. So it's the 7th to the 10th?
7th through the 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Black Friday.
I think that's going to be the time where you see a lot of moves. A lot of moves are coming up.
Yeah. I mean,
that's where I think you see a Donovan trade right there.
Yeah, and we have what do we have? 5 open roster spots now.
81 likes.
81 likes. All right, we got 19 likes to get to 100, guys. Keep smacking a thumbs up if you haven't done so.
We have five roster spots open right now.
So 5 open roster spots. There's trades right there. That's free agency right there. Right.
And Steve, just so long as Willie Castro isn't playing center field or any outfield spot, wouldn't have an issue with that.
Is he still with the Twins?
I think he just got popped. They just let him roll.
Why don't we have a starting 9 that hits pitching both sides? I don't think any team has a starting 9 that hits pitching from both sides of the plate. That's a hard thing to do.
What's that?
I don't think any team will ever have a team.
Yeah, it's hard to do, Pixel. Get a 1 through 9 that hits pitching equally from both sides of the plate. That's a hard thing to come across.
Hey, Jason, what do you think about the Cardinals non-tender John King?
Lefty reliever.
Yeah.
I'd pick him up.
Yeah. He's a guy that Yankees could probably get on the cheap. Add to the bullpen. Yeah. He's one guy. If you can't trade for JoJo, then you get John King. Or maybe you could pick up John King and still trade for JoJo in the Donovan trade. And you get 2 lefty relievers. But why not? I mean, we non-tendered 5 relievers. So we're going to need several bullpen guys. I think somebody will win it out of spring training, some invite from somewhere, as they always do. But beside that, we need some arms, right? So John King, I'm up for that.
John King is a free agent right now.
Yeah, he's a free agent. Yeah, non-tendered yesterday. And again, this is where he can improve around the margins, what people will call dumpster dives. But again, that's what happens. And Matt Blake is good at making pitchers better.
And he's only 31 years old.
Yeah.
My call is a big move. Is we're either going to sign one of the Japanese players or we're going to make the Donovan trade by the end of the meetings.
Yeah. Well, I think the Donovan trade happened in the winter meetings. I think Rosario might happen before that.
Rosario.
I think
Well,
that's
Rosario would be a minor move. He wouldn't be a big move.
yeah, that would be an easier one to do, I think, for the Yankees.
And I think that one's going to happen too.
But the next move of significance, I think it's either going to be a Japanese player or
Yeah.
Brandon Donovan.
By the end of the winter meetings, let me see what December 10th.
I have a feeling Tucker or Bellinger are going to be like the one piece away guys, right? Guys, we're one piece away from really having a team that can go all the way, and I think they're going to be thought of as that by somebody.
So maybe we can maybe at the end of the winter meeting, either I don't know, a Wednesday night, which is the 10th, December 10th at night. Maybe we should do another discussion about this.
Yeah, and I'll be live every night during the winter meetings too, guys.
Yeah,
folks in the chat, I'll be live every minute. I'll have people, reporting stuff. That happens every year at the winter meetings.
You said Hector is going to report from there for you. With you.
Yeah, Hector reported for us last year.
Is he going to do the same this year?
I think so. Yeah.
Did you talk with him about it?
It's been a while. He's in Japan right now, Hector.
Yeah.
On vacation. So.
Bryce, we have for a Donovan trade, either Hill or Warren, and possibly another starter out of the farm system.
Yeah, we have a bunch of starters that are going to be Rule 5 picks, and we have Will Bryan, Harrison Cohen, Brock Selvage. We have plenty of guys who can get traded. If I'm trading a guy like Legrange is not going to be a Rule 5 guy until next season. I want some good value back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Steve, with regard to the Japanese players, sure, there are risks with them. Injury history for pitchers. I think Okamoto probably is going to convert the easiest over to the major leagues because he's an Ichiro type slap contact hitter that runs into power. Murakami, I think, is going to have issues because he's not going to be able to get around on the fastballs here like he did in Japan. And I think they're going to eat him for lunch. And that's why I think that you've seen a limited amount of people really tracking with him.
Yeah. I think Okamoto is going to acclimate to majors quicker than Murakami will. I do think so. But that's not doubting Murakami's power. I think we'll see his power too, Murakami. So
JKP.
Being posted, I've seen Yankees. Well, it's not so easy. I mean, you have 27, 28 teams that aren't going to get them. So.
Well, it's also the Japanese player. It's the player's option. If they don't want to come to the Yankees, that's not a fail. That's just their choice.
And if they don't want to come to the East Coast, that rules out like 10 teams. Right? That eliminates like 10 teams.
Not you think of it like free agency. It's not only the Yankees' choice. They don't have a choice but to fail because the player doesn't want to play for them.
Yep.
Just like Yamamoto. Yankees were all in on Yamamoto. They offered him the same amount of money that the Dodgers gave him, and he went to the Dodgers because he wanted to be on the West Coast.
Pixel Man, where are you sourcing your information with regard to Okamoto and his fastball hitting rate at 95 plus?
He hits what velocity at 95%, right? Is that what he's saying?
Anything 94 miles an hour or up, he says his numbers are horrible. And the tracking tools that I use didn't indicate that.
We know that more about Murakami, don't we?
Yeah.
Gary Sheffield, I don't listen to his podcast. He makes a lot of crazy claims.
Yeah. Plus, Gary Sheffield Jr. is the ultimate in Yankee haters.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too.
Why do you think if it's the son of either former Yankees or former players that always hate the Yankees. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Gary Sheffield Jr. Why is it always the next generation?
John S. When will Cashman start making moves? I believe he's already started making moves. We just haven't seen the results of it yet.
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to hear many moves until the winter meeting. So you got about 2 weeks. After Thanksgiving, things will start to heat up in December.
Nobody's doing big moves right now. And they just got an idea of what the market is going to look like. Some guys that were not available yesterday are available now, so it might change people's plan of attack in the offseason.
I don't think you'll hear a lot of big moves until at least December 10th. So you got another two weeks. Plus.
And the posting window it closes for Imai January 2nd, for Okamoto January 4th.
Well, right now, Sheffield Jr. is pissed off because they won't give him a press pass to the winter meetings. So God knows what's coming out of him.
Well, then don't listen to him then.
Yeah, why would they give you a press pass?
I don't know. Maybe he feels entitled because of his name.
That alone is reason to not give you a press pass. Good Lord. Whatever. I don't know. I don't listen to him. But I know he was very anti on another channel before his podcast, posing as a pro Yankees channel. But they trash Yankees all the time. Well,
then don't listen. Then people shouldn't listen to that stuff and just unsubscribe from it.
Yeah, it's all my top 3 moves they need to make. Bryce, you want to hear all of our guys? You want to take it? Who are your top 3 moves? Ken, you want to go first? John?
Top 3 moves for the off season or for the off season?
Number 1, bring in either Amai or Lucas Giolito. Number 2, make a move for a frontline bullpen arm, either via trade or free agency. And number 3 is bring Brendan Donovan to the Yankees.
Jonathan?
I would say in my Donovan and probably try to get Okamoto as well. Top 3.
Yeah. I'm with Daniel Payne to Okamoto and mine Donovan. Those are my top 3 as well. But Giolito's not a bad alternate if you can't get it.
Yeah. If I could get Giolito for 1 year, I would give him a 1-year trial.
But he's the starting pitcher that I hope they're focused on entirely right now.
And I do not see a trade for Seager. The reason is I don't see the Yankees adding so much money for a back-end player.
And they've drafted 300 shortstops in the past 5 years.
They drafted 6 shortstops in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
One of them could pan out. They're not gonna trade for someone who's making $30 million when they can get one for minimum salary.
Yeah. Yeah. Trade for Tatis, trade for Seager, trade for Check.
Seager. If I can trade Jeff Chisholm Jr., maybe I'm open to seeing what I can get for him.
That's hard to replace that production, man.
It depends on what I can get for him. If I can get, if I can get Donovan and trade Chisholm Jr., where did Donovan play? Second base.
All over the place, yeah, but he could play second.
So, if you get Donovan and you trade Chisholm for a piece that you need, you're basically replacing replacing Donovan with Chisholm.
Mm-hmm.
Chisholm Donovan. So you're not losing very much.
Mm-hmm. Tatis, I mean, he's got 10 years left on his deal.
Honestly, I find it.
2034.
Yeah, that contract scares me.
I don't. I think the Cardinals will have to be blown away to trade Donovan. They're gonna want a haul.
And they have like a dozen teams are in on him already.
Yeah,
So he's
and
gonna
that's only gonna drive up the price. So if you want Donovan, prepare to trade players you don't necessarily want to trade.
Mhm.
Well, the Cardinals are already pissed at us because we wouldn't take Arenado's contract. So
Yeah,
Well,
and
they shouldn't have offered him such a big contract.
exactly. Yeah. Tatis only 26. Yes, but keep in mind, 10 years later, he'll be Stanton's age, and then people will be like, when he's not playing well, they'll be, who are they gonna be pissed off at?
yeah, and you'll be striking a check for 36 million a year.
Yeah, his contract goes up. People are gonna be pissed at Brian Cashman for making a trade that they asked him to make.
I'm not one of those people.
Exactly. So his age is 26. He's already been hurt
God's
several
honest
times,
truth.
not producing. So
Sit back and look at the long-term contracts that have been signed. How many of them have worked out?
yeah.
Not many.
They don't come without hookups, man.
The only long-term contract that worked out over the last 25 years is maybe A-Rod's first contract and Jeter's contract.
Mm-hmm.
What other long-term contract that is more that it at least what is defined as a long-term contract? 7 years or more?
So where exactly, JKP, are you planning on playing Tatis? Are you?
Tatis doesn't fit with the Yankees.
He is a right fielder, and he's a horrible shortstop.
Yeah, where would you play him? We did dodge a bullet with Cano. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Cano was unfortunate. He was unfortunate. The Yankees offered him a 7-year deal, and he took 10.
Yeah.
Judge currently,
I don't blame him for the money, but I think it was Yankees offered him 7 at 175, and the Mets offered him 10 for 240.
What do we think Paul says on Monday? I couldn't even begin to fathom.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're going to ask him. I don't know.
We'll find out. We'll find out on Monday. Monday, we cannot speculate on what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I'll recap it once it's over. Once we get an idea of what's it. Because I remember when Cashman did it, people were putting words in his mouth, and I'm like, dude, I just watched the whole thing. He didn't say that at all. A lot of people like to put words in his mouth all the time. So that's when it's definitely good to just listen and see what he says. Right? No. If Aaron Judge lost, he could have got. Yeah, he could have, but he decided to stay with the Yankees.
Yeah, he
Thanks for us. Thank you. Thank you to him, and luckily for us.
Yeah, he missed out on about $50 million.
Yeah. He's not in it like, his intentions are not the same as Soto's.
So yeah, Soto
maximize the bag, and then
if Judge was in this same market when he was a free agent, he probably would have gotten $700 million also.
Probably.
That is also something that the owners want to try to control in the winter meetings, and they will never control it.
Yeah.
You cannot control the price of a player, and the price of a player always goes up. You know this economics. You know inflation.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the owners do this to themselves. They set the market. They set the market when the Texas offered A-Rod $252 million. I wonder if A-Rod was offered $200 million for 10 years. Did he reject it, even though it's the highest paid player with $50 million less?
I don't know.
Did Ohtani reject a $600 million 10-year deal instead of a $700 million 10-year deal?
Yeah. We don't know.
It's still the highest paid player.
It looks like we've got 91 thumbs up likes in the chat.
Cool, guys.
So,
thank you. And we're ready.
Let's do 9 more and make it an even one double donut.
Let's see if we can get 100 likes in here before we wrap it up, because we're going on an hour and 40. So
yeah, we're at an hour and 40. But this is why I love to see. Well, McMahon, that's never going to happen. Salary cap is not coming to the MLB, regardless of what the fans want. I don't want to see them. I think a salary floor is more beneficial, because you have to think more as a player, not as an owner.
Well, and with a salary floor, you're getting more teams at the bottom to spend more on players, right? And that's the goal.
And that's the goal.
Because there's only a handful of players at the top that want a salary cap.
And here's another way to think of it as all of us fans. When you pay to go to a game or watch it on television or eat at the ballpark, do you want that money that you're paying to go paying the owners or the players?
Well, who
do you want your money to go to?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trading.
Jeremiah, I dropped a short on this exact topic about the Diamondbacks trading Ketel Marte. This is a Bob Nightingale clickbait story. The general manager has already come out and said he will listen to offers on any players, but the likelihood of Ketel Marte being traded are almost non-existent. Not to mention that the Diamondbacks extended Ketel Marte for another 6 years back in April. They extended all their core players, including Corbin Carroll and Gerardo Perdomo, within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And Perdomo was extended this year also.
And if
what sense does it make to trade one of their core offensive players, especially after they traded Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez?
Mm-hmm.
No sense whatsoever. He's not getting moved.
If I could respond to Siciliani, when you say he wants Bregman because McMahon can't hit. Do you know Bregman, the reason why he went to Boston, right? His batting average at Fenway Park is 400. His batting average at Yankee Stadium is under 200. So Bregman can't hit Yankee Stadium either. Right?
As a matter of fact, you want to look at a prototypical Bregman type at bat, you've already seen it. Look at Verdugo.
Yeah. Yeah. And McMahon actually stabilized the infield defense. That's where they got him, right? They wanted to get better.
McMahon was traded for his glove, not his bat.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm okay with that.
And if you just see him for his glove, it was a great defensive trade, and they needed a defensive third baseman.
Yep.
They haven't had one since probably A-Rod.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at our rotation and our bullpen, there are a lot of ground ball outs there. If you don't have solid infield, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, we still have 95 likes.
Oh, well. If we don't get it, we don't get it. That's okay. Let me see versus Yankees. 2025. Alex Bregman versus the Yankees. He batted last 7. They don't even have it. Last 7 games versus the Yankees, about 280, but that's not saying. 2025 season overall, he batted 273. That's overall stats, not versus the Yankees. His career versus the Yankees, 228, 6 home runs, 19 ribbies in 53 games. So he plays better versus the Yankees away from Yankee Stadium than at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I never wanted Donaldson either. I think he was too old.
Who's that?
Josh
Donaldson.
Oh, okay. Agree.
I mean, I would have
Didn't
loved
want Donaldson in his prime.
Yeah, no kidding.
I would have loved if Andujar worked out.
Andujar's a free agent right now. He bats 389 versus lefties.
So why don't we go after Andujar?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because he will never come back to New York. As much bitching as his agent did about his playing time in New York, not a chance he comes back.
And if they offer him a contract and nobody else does, what did he not take the money?
Well, Alec Manoah, if nobody offers him a contract and the Yankees do, is he going to retire?
Yeah, no kidding.
Maybe.
You can only ask him. I can't answer that.
Offer him a minor league deal, right? Send him a box of chocolates. Alec, come on, let's make up. Right, or whatever. If you give him enough incentive, I think.
You almost sound like Robert De Niro in Hide and Seek at the end. You saw that movie?
No, I have not.
Well, it's a movie where Robert De Niro has a split personality, and you see the ending is more like turns into almost a horror show.
Hide and seek.
I think that's the movie.
I'll take a look at it. Somebody wants Yankees to sign Alec Manoah. There we go. Just see what happens.
98 likes.
There we go. 98. We need 2 more. Get to 100.
La 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 la.
Hit the thumbs up on 2 more times, gang. Do I think any team would sign Trevor? I don't think Trevor Bauer's coming back to the majors.
Yeah, Ciliano, you might be right. The Mets love Yankees leftovers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you really look at it, Trevor Bauer got sent to the minor leagues in Japan.
True.
So, what's that tell you he's got for the major leagues?
I think Bauer is not seeing another pitch in the major leagues. He's not picking up a baseball for a major league team ever again.
He pitches to his chubby Chinese friend on YouTube all the time.
I wouldn't have mind giving him a chance last year, but not this year.
Yeah, it's just what is he? 36 years old.
Something like that.
I mean, if you get sent to the minor, how hard it is to get sent to the minors in Japan.
Wink, I think Spencer Jones does make the opening day roster this year.
I do.
Yeah.
I agree. I do too.
We got 100 likes.
All right, thank you guys. You can see the Mets getting Weaver. They could be using the Yankees to drive the Bellinger price. Yeah, why not? I mean, that's what Boris drags out free agency in the offseason, right? Which is the reason why I see the Japanese players being decided before Bellinger.
Well, when you start reading articles from John Heyman, then you're going to know which way the wind is blowing with regard to the Boris client.
Boris clients, yeah.
John Heyman is the lead. If you want to follow someone that's real, follow Curry or Rosenthal.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 guys that I think are the most accurate when it comes to the Yankees.
Passan's pretty good too.
Passan is good. Passan is good as well.
Passan does have an imposter on Twitter though, so watch out.
Yeah.
He's same spelling, same photos, but a different handle. So just watch out for that.
Spencer Jones dropped off in AAA.
Curry, Rosenthal, and Passan.
Yeah.
Because if it's not from those 3 guys or the Yankees themselves, I don't believe it. And there was an article I sent to you last year about that, and I asked you, is this real? And it was from a fake profile.
The fake Jeff Passan.
Yeah, it was a fake Jeff Passan.
Spencer Jones this year was 35 home runs, 80 ribbies, 29 steals, 933 OPS, and a 274 batting average. In AAA, batted. He had 19 home runs. He had more home runs in AAA than he had in AA in 19. Batted 274 in both leagues, AA and AAA. Same exact batting average, 274. On base, 342. Slugging, 555. Yep. He was.
And stolen bases?
He had 29 for the year. Where the hell is the stolen base totals? Here we go.
K rate is
10. We had 10 in AA, 19 in AAA. Stolen bases.
K rate is ballpark 32%.
32%, yeah. which is down from 40. Down from 40.
Yeah, so if next year he can get it below 25,
Well, I mean, if you look at Aaron Judge, when Aaron Judge came up too, he had a very high K rate also.
Yep. Yep. And guys, look, if you haven't heard, look up Adam Dunn.
Adam Dunn.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Three solutions: walk, strikeout, home run. Those were the only three that was happening. with him.
Randy Jackson had a high strikeout rate.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Adam Dunn hit like 460 home runs. And he barely had over 200 batting average.
I was about to say he was hovering near the Mendoza line his entire career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pixel Man, Grisham was accepted the QO. It wasn't a signing.
Yeah, it was a qualifying offer. No.
So if you
And
think it
it's
was
not
pointless, then they shouldn't have offered him a QO.
There were no better center fielder options than
We just went over the center fielders.
Yeah,
We could bring in Garrett Hampson, who hits like 150.
yeah.
Manuel Margot, who pops out to the second baseman more than any player in baseball.
Yeah.
Michael A. Taylor, who only gets on base when he's hit by a pitch.
And Luis Robert, you can trade for him. He's a good center fielder, but he hits. What does he hit? He misses what, half the season, and he's making $20 million a year. So Spencer Jones does play center field, but again, this gives the Yankees an opportunity to ease him in to learn at the major league level from guys like Trent Grisham, and I would not hesitate to play Spencer Jones in left. No. He's made adjustments to his stances this year, but he's got.
I wouldn't be surprised if Spencer Jones improved from last year and worked with Judge in spring training on his batting average. And you don't be surprised if he lowers his pay rate to less than 25%.
Yeah. I know people talk about Buxton. That was the flavor last week, Buxton, and then it was Seager, right? And then the week before it was Paul Skeens. Like we are in clickbait central right now. So we're just gonna keep.
Well, as I said, unless it comes from the Yankees, past Rosenthal or Curry, it's all talk.
Mm-hmm.
Rumfield is not on the 40-man roster. I don't think he's
likely going to get traded.
He's going to be on the opening day roster.
Yeah, he's likely going to get traded.
He's going to get traded, yeah. I like what he was doing, but I think there's something that the Yankees don't like about him. So they didn't protect him last year, and they're not protecting him this year.
Yeah. Well, I like Okamoto too. If they got Okamoto and not Donovan, then I would play Okamoto on third base the days where they're lefty pitchers, right? And then I would play him in the outfield and some first base too, and just to give him enough time. They'll still got 100+ games, but McMahon's going to be the opening day third baseman. So he's going to be the opening day third baseman. I'd be shocked if he isn't. No, Grisham is going to be the center fielder, CWA. We know this already. Yeah. I'd say Beagle, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of clickbait, man. There's a lot of clickbait. I know a lot of people get pissed off at me when I call out the clickbait, but
well, I could start naming them if you really want.
Yeah, go for it, man. It's like
number one on the hit list, Joe Randazzo, my personal favorite.
Oh my gosh!
Do you think Beltran makes a Hall of Fame this year?
Carlos Beltran? No. My predictions for Hal Zoom's meeting? Oh, I don't know. He's just going to answer questions in a very generalized manner like Cashman does.
You're not going to get any intel on Yankee moves. If that's what you're looking for, don't bother tuning in. You're just going to be pissed.
Yeah, they're not going to give you material to run, but him and Cashman are some of the most boring interviews. On occasion, you get some pearls, some hints from Cashman, but Hal, it's even more boring. But again, has he lowered the payroll at any point in time?
Nope.
No.
It's going up.
I think only 1 year he lowered the payroll when he made all those trades.
That was to get under the threshold to sign Cole.
Yeah. That was the only time he lowered the payroll.
He's going to go over 300 million. We know that's a given. JKP, that's a given. He's going to go over 300.
I mean, and I mentioned this to you honestly. The only realistic way to lower payroll is to develop good young players from the farm system,
Mm-hmm.
and have them develop in the major leagues. For
Mhm.
example, we remember when we had Jeter, Posada, Rivera, and Pettit. Those were 4 young players, all making minimum salary. If you can have 4 guys like that replacing uh, 4 guys on the regular roster, you replace. If you could replace Bellinger with Jones, for example, and 3 other players, then that's more realistic.
Mm-hmm. And the Yankees are trying to develop guys to the point where they can replace expensive major leaguers when they move on, right? Instead of having to constantly sign more expensive major leaguers.
Look, I also wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees believe in Jones so much. I wouldn't be surprised if they let Bellinger walk.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. But I mean, if Jones, let's just say Jones does get traded, it's likely going to be for somebody like Scooble.
Yeah, it has to be for somebody big.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
I told you my dream was Schemes.
Yeah, I mean, my God.
Well, you're living in fantasy land because that ain't happening.
I know that is. I don't think it's realistic, but
Yeah.
who I would love, I would trade Scheme. I would trade Jones and Lombard in a package for Schemes.
Yeah.
What's funny is everyone is very excited about the potential of adding a Skeens and a Lombard. And if you look at the best rotation in baseball history with regard to starting 4, it was the Braves with Maddox, freaking Glavine,
Yeah.
Schmuck Schmoltz,
Smoltz.
Steve Avery, 3 Hall of Famers, 3 first ballot Hall of Famers. With their combined effort in their teams, they accumulated 1 World Series.
1995. Yep. This goes to show you.
Yankees beat them twice.
Yeah. 96 and 99.
I was there. I was there at both games in '99.
So was I. I was at Game 6 in '96, and I was at Game 4 when I swept them in '99. And Chad Curtis.
I was in 3. I was in game. I think I was in Game 3 in '98 and 3 and 4 in '99. We talked about this previously.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chad Curtis hit the walk-off home run in Game 3 in '99.
Yeah.
And then he caught
I just wish I could remember it better.
Oh, I'll never forget it, man. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Never forget it. But guys, we're on 2 hours.
Yeah.
So let's let you guys go. I want to thank you guys for coming on. Again, this is the types of conversations we like to have because we there's so much information. We want to make sure that people have a thorough understanding of what's going on, right? We could just go in here and bitch for 2 hours. What good is that going to do? Right?
Well, we tried to get the facts, and we talk about the facts. No guessing.
Yeah,
actually, somebody who asked about Carlos Beltran getting into the Hall. He was at 70%. He was at 70% of the vote last year. He's getting in.
Yeah.
Andrew Jones was at
63,
66, and he's getting in. Those are going to be your 2 Hall of Famers because these first ballot guys, none of them are getting in.
No, I don't think any of them should.
I just want to see Mattingly get in.
I would love Mattingly.
That's the Veterans Committee.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Mattingly should get in.
I just want to see him get in.
And
all will be right in the world if that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Especially once Harold Baines got in, I'm like,
yeah,
put Mattingly in. Baines is not a Hall of Famer. He doesn't have Hall of Fame numbers, and And I told you this, I think I mentioned, if you compare Mangley and Bernie's number and Puckett's number, Puckett and Mangley, I think those were the two. Puckett, Mangley, and Bernie, they all had very similar careers.
And Puckett is in, right?
Puckett is in.
Yeah. If Mattingly, oh yeah. Well, if Mattingly gets in, he's definitely getting. Don't tell him.
So
Yankees.
Beltran, if Beltran goes in,
Royal.
My bet is he would go in as a Royal.
Yeah,
probably.
that's where the most of his career was. Kansas City.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
He might have gone in as a Met, except they fired him as the manager before he even got started. So you can cashier that one.
Yeah, he probably will go in as a Royal.
And if he wants to remember his cheating days as an Astro, he could go in as an Astro. But I don't really see that one as a possibility.
He can go in as a Yankee.
Yeah,
and I mean,
I'd be shocked.
We freaking booted him. That's why he ended up on the Astros. So.
Yeah, trade him to.
He was also on the Astros before.
They also traded Brian McCann to the Astros.
Yep.
Yeah.
The catcher.
But you know the guy who made the biggest jump on the Hall of Fame ballot, he's not anywhere close. But it was Andy Pettitte. He jumped 14%.
Good, man.
Yeah, I would love to see Pettitte also. I think his World Series performances, his career in the World Series, is Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah,
well,
one of the best
I will tell you what, Steve. The '94 strike screwed up a lot of things because I think it was inevitable that the Yankees and the Expos were going to collide in the freaking World Series.
Yeah,
I think that the '94 strike destroyed baseball in Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
And it destroyed. I also think if they won, if the Yankees won in '94, I think Mangley would be in the Hall already.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I hope we bring him back and I hope they win a ring.
And I also think Jeter would have been called up in '95 instead of '96, and he probably would have had closer to 3,700 hits.
Yep. Oh well, such is life, man. Unfortunately, I'll be rooting for Mattingly next month to get in. Either way, I'll be rooting for him.
Yeah. I
think it's time for Bonds and
Bonds
to get in.
Yeah. What do you know? What day is the veterans vote?
It's on my list. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Let me see. MLB Hall of Fame Veterans Committee votes. Doesn't say. When is?
December 7th.
Yep, December 7th. So a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's
the beginning of the winter meetings.
Yeah, beginning of winter meetings. That's right, the first night. The winter meetings. That'd be nice if they had some good news for Don Mattingly.
Yeah, so we got about 2 weeks to know.
Yep.
December 7th is 2 weeks.
Andy Pettitte's career strikeouts was 2,448. 256 wins, 153 losses.
Yeah,
he's got the cred. He's taken a hit on the PED stuff.
Yep. Yeah. And what's crazy, he was open about it. Just like David Ortiz was, right? Just owned it.
And David Ortiz is in.
Yep.
I think getting David Ortiz in the Hall of Fame basically gives an open door policy to every other PED player. If you let one in, you have to let them all in. And Pete Rose, I think Pete Rose should probably get in eventually.
Pete Rose isn't eligible till 2027. His name will be on the ballot for the first time then.
Next year. 2 years.
Ortiz did admit to PED use, and he apologized to the public for it.
He did, Ortiz, yeah. I mean, he was also loved by people. loved by the
He was
media.
loved by the media.
He's just very outgoing and engaging. So that's one reason they loved him so much, because he engaged with people. So Barry Bonds was not like that. So huge
Neither was
difference.
Alex Rodriguez.
Neither was A-Rod. A-Rod was kind of too.
And Clemens was the worst of them all.
Clemens was he was a tough one too.
Yeah, you have experience meeting Clemens, and I have experience meeting with A-Rod. But A-Rod was very nice.
Good. Well, chat, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Ken, I want to thank you for coming on. Jonathan, I want to thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate you guys. And keep your notifications on. Make sure you subscribe to The Ugly Truth. Peace and love to all of you, and have a great night. And let's go Yankees.
Because sometimes the